Well, hello everybody. This is Andy here. So there's an old saying, which is, if you want to give God a laugh, share your plans with him, right? And last week, as you probably know, I started sharing the 3-minute videos that I put out to the people I work with. So the intention was always to build up this bank of little 3-minute videos talking about the sort of subjects that I use to help my clients understand more about themselves in the world, and using those tools they can realise more of the potential and create the happy, rewarding and fulfilling life that, let's face it, we all seek, right? So the idea was, I'm making these videos for these guys anyway, I'll just put them out on Facebook and YouTube, and if people see them and start watching them, that's fine. But they weren't done for that purpose. They were done to actually capture the ideas that I'm sharing and using with my clients. Anyway, as you may have noticed, there wasn't many last week, and the reason was that I became aware of something that I wasn't aware of before, and that is that I've got what I would appear to have a health problem, and that problem's related to my heart. Now, I did say to everybody that knows me that I was going to make this, as a past 60, I was determined to make the 7th decade that I'm on the planet, 60 to 70, the best decade of my life. I had plans, talked to various people about all these different things we were going to do together, and to be honest, they're going to have to be rethought. Now, one of the things that we've been doing recently is a program called Stop, Reset, Go, and the idea about Stop, Reset, Go is that we have to stop fairly regularly and assess what's going on around us, and to be honest, assess what's going on inside us, and really consider maybe it's time to reevaluate or reappraise or reimagine what we're doing and why we're doing it as the environment changes. I mean, obviously COVID's had a huge impact on so many people, right? Maybe including you. It certainly had a big impact on me. I spent a lot of my time out walking with clients. Some of them were travelling from all over the world to come to Scotland for a day or two, just even a day or two, and to have what we call a soul-to-soul experience. So walking to really develop a greater dialogue with themselves, and really get a different view of the world. That was going great guns last year, and then suddenly COVID, or the year before, and then suddenly COVID just wiped last year out, and it's not looking much better for this year, right? So then I pivoted, I stopped, reset, reevaluated, formed some partnerships with some other folks, and we created this training program that's going great guns. People are really excited and getting amazing results from it. The first part of the 3-part process is just finished, and the delegates are saying it's life-changing. But as I shared with them earlier, what I didn't realise is life-changing for me comes in the form of a medical diagnosis that I wasn't expecting. Now, I've been on treadmills and electrocardiograph things and all sorts of stuff, and it would appear that yes, I have something that's impacting the rate of blood flow into my heart, which means that I'm getting very tired easily and I'm getting chest pains. Now, I'm not convinced, although the medical profession seemed to be, that I've got angina. But today I was feeling a bit fed up and frustrated because there are a number of changes I've had to do, and I am having to take medicine now, which is the first time I've ever had to do that in my life, and I'm having to come to terms with maybe, just maybe they're right, and I'm going to have to abandon some of my plans that I had for the next few years and go to some really amazing places with some really amazing people, maybe. But hey, that's what happens in life, right? We discover that we've got to reevaluate the situation that we're in because something in us changes or something in the surroundings change. Just to give you an idea, I've decided to walk up one of the first hills that I usually use on my walks with people just outside my home in Lithgow, because I've actually got somebody arriving to go on a walk next Monday, and I'm thinking, oh, I wonder if I can actually get up this hill, and also to see if I am going to feel it. And lo and behold, I'm just starting up this hill at the moment, I'm starting to feel out of breath, right? I can feel that little bit of tightness in my chest. Now, I do have, thanks to my pharmacy, I do have my Gossarin Trinate spray, so if I suddenly stop and start spraying stuff, you know that I'm having chest pains. But it's what it is, and I think I just wanted to share this little longer video with you guys and the wider public if they want to see it, because I think it's key in life that we do plan, that we do dream, that we do write bucket lists, that we do imagine and reimagine what our lives could be, and that we set goals and targets and we move towards those things. But as we'll discover, life gets in the way sometimes. Life doesn't cooperate or collaborate with us, and we've got to reassess and reevaluate. And one of the things that I'll be doing over the next few days, weeks and months is actually monitor my heart rate, going on various different walks and just seeing what's manageable within the new parameters that I seem to be set, yeah, and see how these different medications and things that they've given me are going to impact other parts of my life. So it's just about I love this expression, negotiating. I always think of it as a skier or as a parkour runner, that you're negotiating through the landscape, right? It's not the negotiation like you can have this and I can have this. It's how do I take what's there, what's given to me, and actually make the best use of that terrain, that circumstance, that experience, to fully express myself, to fully realise my potential. So I've had to stop, but you know, I'm thinking maybe sometimes coming up this way I stopped anyway, right? Maybe when I've been walking up here in the past, I've just taken it for granted. I certainly am breathing quite hard, and I certainly have a little bit of something there, right? And I'm looking over at the Pentland Hills over here thinking, oh, I wonder when I'll get back there. And then shortly I'm going to crest the ridge and I'll be able to see up into the Highlands, and thinking, oh, I wonder when that's going to be happening, you know. But with the right approach, the right management, without being stupid about things, then we can just about overcome anything. And whatever's missing, whatever I'm going to miss in my life because of this, there will be plenty of other blessings and opportunities and things that I wasn't expecting that will come into my life, that will get me just as excited, that will challenge me in different ways, and will actually allow me to express my full potential in a different circumstance, and that's okay, right? And you know, just to give you a kind of advert and a heads up, you know, if you know anybody that's struggling at the moment, you know, emotionally, cognitively, struggling to solve problems, struggling to get through a situation, I have two different bands, you know, what I call midlife mentoring, so helping people negotiate the challenges that midlife brings, because that's when the world seems to expect most from you, right? From you as a career, as a parent, as a partner, as whatever it is. So having somebody that's been there, got the t-shirt, etc., to guide and support you and inspire and encourage you through that is something that I'm absolutely up for. And then the other group is the people my age and above 60 who are transitioning through that peak where you know, they're used to being at the top of their game, they're used to being successful, they're used to having authority, they're used to having all these things, and suddenly, like me, they're having to make readjustments, and that's a biggie, you know, because your identity is tied up with that midlife, that peak of midlife, you know, that peak where you've got challenges, but you've got the energy and the drive and the vision to see past that. So if you know anybody that's looking for, you know, a quick intervention, a quick phone call just to inspire, encourage and uplift them, or somebody that's looking for advanced personal development, so they really want to transcend and transform and transcend their current circumstances so that they can feel back like they're making the best of their life, they're finding that joyfulness, that they're doing rewarding work and feeling that their life is fulfilling, then send them my way. This has been Andy. I'm going to carry up. So far, so good. Catch you later.